Hello everyone, my name is Tacos, and today we are coming up on week 4 of chapter 2, and that means we might start seeing some leaks from Jesse and Dan, and maybe even Seth, about the mid-chapter update. The other day, Jesse actually tweeted that he was writing up patch notes for 3.1, which that tells me it's already done. They're done working on it, it's already shipped, it's ready to go. So, with that being said, I wanted to talk about some things that I hope are in the update. I kind of just have a lot of bullet points here of things that I wanted to talk about, so if I mess up, I mess up. The first thing that I got here is changes to AoE. I think AoE is kind of a problem in not just Dominion, but in BR as well. They did a buff to the AoE with Chapter 2, so now DF hits a little harder, Fire Nados and Tox Nados do a little bit more damage. Ignite, I think, does a little bit more too now. Don't quote me on that one. But yeah, I don't think the changes to AoE were necessary. I would like to see them tuned back. I mean, we do have the increased TTK on the higher rarity gauntlets, so we still have that going for us in Dominion. I understand in Dominion that higher TTK kind of plays better than it does if it were less, so that kind of makes sense. So next one is not really a change for me because it doesn't really matter for me, but changes to frost hover. I can take or leave the hover. It doesn't make a difference for me. Like, I'm still going to enjoy using frost, and it doesn't really change how I play with frost that much. But I know a lot of people stopped using frost or even like stopped playing because they added hover to frost, and frost was their favorite gauntlet. So I would like it to see it removed just for a lot of people that want it to be removed, but either way, it doesn't make too much of a difference for me. Another change that I would like to see to frost is make it so that they are not immune to all freeze, like frostborns is what I'm talking about. Make it so they're not immune to all freeze, only their own freeze. So if a frostborn pushes me and I flash freeze them, it will freeze them. But if they're running on their own alacrity trail and I break it with my wind gauntlet, they're not going to get frozen. If they use their tundra and I throw a toxic cloud in there, they're not going to get frozen. But if I freeze them, they should get frozen. That's really it for me. Besides that, yeah, frost is cool. Another thing is the wind gauntlet. I want to see another change to the wind gauntlet. I want to see wind get the damage that it lost in the recent, there was a hotfix, I believe, that removed 1 damage from all rarities of the wind gauntlet. I want to see that damage given back to the wind gauntlet, but instead I also want its damage range to be reduced a lot. So you still get that really high damage wind from super close range, but the minute you're like 5 meters in front of somebody, it drops down a lot. Like, so that way, like, wind is more so your close range gauntlet instead of a mid close range gauntlet. You feel me? I feel like it would be less annoying. Anyone with me? I hope. There are also a few small changes to Dominion that I would like to see. I would like to see you get rewarded for capping points, not just through accolades like for crowns, but like towards the score. Like, I feel like if you just capped star all by yourself, like that should at least give your team a point or something, you know, for you're doing something. So I feel like you should be rewarded in game for that. I also would like to see the number of caps that you have shown on the scoreboard at the end of the game. And this is kind of one that just came into my head. I would kind of like us to start with like default 20 armor. I don't know if it's just me, but I don't know. I hate being squishy. So my last bullet point here is actually one that's about BR. I don't know how everyone feels about this, but I would love for them to remove common loot from BR besides your class gauntlet that you start with. Like, RNG doesn't really help anyone. It kind of just makes the game harder. There's more things in the loot pool, so it's harder to find what you want to play with. And like, I get BR, like it's supposed to have RNG, but like, can we just get rid of a little bit of it? Just a little bit of it. Well, that's all I've got for you guys. Thank you guys so much for watching. Let me know in the comment section below what you are hoping is in the mid-chapter update. And until next time, I'll see you guys in the Hollow Lands.